This is the solo Dynamo bullet builds guide. This is going to cover the items, the how and the why that these specific items are the best, how this character works, all of his secret techniques and abilities, and how we use them and why we use them at certain times, and finally a full game with live commentary, not cherry-picked, not picking, oh, this good match here, I'm just going to jump into a random match and talk and exactly explain why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it. Let's get into it. So before we go over the items, if you want to have this for yourself, you can click this Browse Builds button, click the public tab here, type in the word Swole, and push enter. You'll see the Swole Benji YT Solo Dynamo Bullet Build Guide. Go ahead and click that favorite heart button here. It'll show up under your favorites. You can then use this as you play the game. You're going to be buying everything left to right, top to bottom, with a few exceptions, which I'll go over. And essentially, it also has a skill order guide or ability point order guide here, and as you play, it'll pop up telling you which skills to learn first and which skills to upgrade first. So, with that said, let's get into the items. Now, for the first column here, you're going to buy everything from left to right, unless you're having an insanely difficult lane phase where you are just constantly getting your HP dunked on by the enemy team, in which case you'll buy the green items first, and then you'll buy the orange and then the purple. But here's why we're buying these items first. Basic magazine gives us more ammo so we can last hit more easily and harass the enemy more often before or in between reloads. It also gives really good weapon damage. Then we have close quarters. This gives bullet shield health to reduce the harassment we receive and give us a lot of weapon damage, especially within 15 meters, which is pretty spacious. You know, it's not so close as it says. Then hollow point ward for that spirit shield health, and also it deals additional damage. These three will have you chunking the enemy down. Then we have high velocity. This is to secure those last hits from a distance, and also bullet shield health to stop harass. It's just a huge amount of early game damage. And because as Dynamo we have a self-heal, we don't need the green items immediately. We can wait on those. We can kind of sleep on them a bit. And, you know, get an early power lead so we can bully out our lane opponent, and again, secure those last hits and denies. Then we go the green items, sprint boots for that health. Regeneration also gives us weapon damage, and sprint speed is great when you're not being shot at, of course, but just repositioning and moving around and, you know, getting close to those enemies you need to last hit. Extra stamina lets us be more maneuverable. We can have that extra stamina to dodge skill shots, reposition, and just be a bigger threat. The fire rate doesn't really come online yet, but it is helpful. The bonus health is like maybe being shot once in the head. It's not a big deal. Extra health gives us a huge amount of extra HP. Very useful for shrugging off damage. It also gives us weapon damage. So yes, with these items, we will be hitting insanely silly hard mode as soon as the match begins. Then we get extra charge and extra spirit. These don't really help too much, but with extra charge at this point, you're going to have your kinetic pulse here unlocked, and you're going to start diving. They're going to start diving you, and you want those extra kinetic pulses to pop that enemy up in the sky longer for more teamfight potential and more damage. Whereas extra spirit doesn't really do much for us. It just gives us a bit of bonus stats we don't really use. Then the first thing that we're getting is bullet lifesteal, and this lets us sustain in the lane indefinitely. We are doing so much bullet damage at this point, and we're shooting really, really fast with our certain skill order, which I'll go over in a bit, that, oh no, I'm wounded, just go shoot something for a bit, and you're fully healed. It's that easy. And this combines with your rejuvenation ability to allow you to basically stay in the lane and never get backed out. Enduring speed lets us roam, teamfight, reposition. That flat move speed, very important to get. The duration extender, we don't have a lot of use for this yet. It gives us weapon damage, bonus health. It's good stats. It's not that useful, but it is cheap. Then we go Titanic Magazine. Now, at this point, a lot of people are going to disagree with this item, but this allows us to do the large jungle creeps in a single magazine, and that's why we get it, because it massively increases the efficiency of your soul farming. It also gives you weapon damage, and also if there's a pesky melee in your lane, or an Abrams, or a melee Shiv, or a melee whatever, this gives you melee resist now. It's kind of silly, but it does shrug off a lot of their damage. The spirit resist on it is very nice. Then we get point blank for even more damage, and the +1 stamina, and the bullet resist, so we're getting our resistances up, we're getting our mobility up. Then we have Pristine Emblem for that Spirit Resist as well. Lots of bullet damage on this one, especially if they're above 50% HP. You're going to really feel this when you start jungling. And the bullet velocity, we already have that from high velocity mag, so the 15% does nothing for us. But after that, we get Fortitude, and this is for mobility and weapon damage and bonus health. This is a huge boost to our survivability, mobility, etc. Superior Stamina. Now, with this, we can absolutely dive into team fights and escape. We can push Spirit Walkers if we want. We can jungle all over the map at a very fast rate of speed. Then we have Surge of Power, which we're going to be putting onto Rejuvenating Aurora, and this item does a few things, and a lot of people don't realize everything that this does. The imbued ability Spirit Power does nothing for us. Our healing barely changes with this imbued. The fire rate bonus doesn't do much for us either because we have Quantum Entanglement, which gives us, it's going to give us a whole lot of fire rate bonus, 50% actually, right? It's huge, it's a massive amount. But with Surge of Power, the move speed is why we do it, but at the same time, let me show you. Just real quick, as you run around, and let me get some boots here real quick. Let's just get sprint boots, enduring speed, blah, 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 fortitude. Alright, so now, when we're sprinting around, our movement speed, once sprint activates, 12 meters a second, right? And when we shoot, it goes down to 8.3. It goes back up after we stop shooting, of course. But, when we use Rejuvenating Aurora, which also increases our move speed, combined with Surge of Power, we now sprint at 18 movement speed a second, but when we shoot, we no longer are slowed down. Alright, so if I get rid of Surge of Power here and show you once again, without Surge of Power, yeah, we don't run as fast. We still run at 16, but when we shoot, we go down to 11. So with Surge of Power, we do not go down to 11 movement speed. This is how you'll chase people down without a slow. This is how you will stick to whoever you want to kill. This is how you'll retreat while shooting the enemy and weakening them, giving them a false sense of security. It is insanely valuable for not only your survival, but your kill potential as well to get Surge of Power. Do not ever skip Surge of Power. Next up, we have the mid to late team fight items. Again, you're going to have this full build here before 30 minutes, even if you're doing absolutely terrible. If you're fed, you're getting kills, you're jungling properly, your lanes aren't getting stolen, you're not getting denied, you know, you're denying the enemy, you're going to have this at like 24, 27 minutes, depending on how good you're doing. So, mid-late team fight. Alright, Intensifying Magazine is massive, massive damage. It gives us more ammo, which at this point we don't need much of, but the massive damage increase is absolutely worth it. Then we have Improved Spirit. This is just stat filler, rapid recharge, so we can now Kinetic Pulse 3 times, which you're going to be spamming in team fights anyway. Superior Duration. This affects your heal, your ultimate. It affects your Kinetic Pulse's like slow time. So very, very good stuff here. Leech. We're going to be selling Bullet Lifesteal and replacing it with Leech. It's just a little bit of an upgrade. It does give us weapon damage, cooldown reduction, and bonus health over the Bullet Lifesteal. So it's worth it to swap this out. And then Boundless Spirit is just more stats, bonus health, sprint speed, weapon damage, etc. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is our flex slots. You're going to buy these as soon as you can, as soon as your flex slots unlock. So, the very first flex slot is whenever your team destroys 3 enemy towers, or guardians, whatever you want to call them. And this massively increases your damage. It makes you less tanky, but it massively increases your damage. Alright, then Burst Fire. This is against enemy heroes only. At this point, your second flex slot is when you kill 2 enemy walkers. You're going to be starting to fight a lot more enemy heroes than jungle creeps and the troopers. So you're going to be needing this in like a 1v1 or a 1v2 or whatever. So absolutely must buy. Then your third buy is Frenzy. This makes you tanky as hell when you start taking damage. It gives you flat ammo, which all of our ammo items are going to boost really, really high, so you're never reloading ever again. The weapon damage, the bonus health is nice, but the fire rate and the bullet resist is why we get this, and the movement speed. Because what's going to happen is you're going to fly into the enemy team, you're going to ult them. Your team, because you're a solo player, you're not in a Discord, you're not in a sweaty pre-made, is not going to engage the enemy. They're going to sit there from, like, you'll have ulted the enemy over here, like, say, in the middle of the lane. Your team's going to sit here under the tower or whatever and stare at you while you ult them and do nothing. And then you're going to need to bugger out of there and escape. So you're going to pop your Rejuvenating Aurora for movement speed. The enemy's going to start chunking you down. And what's going to happen is Frenzy's going to activate, and that's 4 additional movement speed. So with full buy, let me show you how fast we run. So here's what it's looking like at full build, and say we have less than 50% HP, we're sprinting around, we now move at 22 movement speed a second. Yes, that's crazy, right? 24 movement speed a second. It gets really fast. That is faster than riding the rails, okay? Because the rails movement speed is 21, we're moving at 24, we're zooming around so fast, we're getting the heck out of dodge. We're not getting killed in a team fight. We're able to maneuver around, reposition, whatever it is we need. We are extremely high mobility. We have a decent health pool. We're not the tankiest with full build, all right? It's only 10 bullet resist instead of 23. But at the same time, whenever Frenzy activates, our bullet resist does jump up like crazy. So it does jump up to 50, technically, sort of, kind of. Again, the Frenzy doesn't show on the tooltip. Yeah, we're at 48 bullet resist. You can see it right here on the left, and 23 spirit resist. But we have other ways. When we're ulting, the enemy isn't hitting us. When we're quantum entanglementing, we're not being hit. When the enemy's popped in the air, they're not really doing all that good for their fire rate. So the enemy bullet carries aren't going to just chunk us down. I would like to have more resist in this build, but it sacrifices too much power and mobility. Mobility is king. Look how much stamina we have. We technically have 7 stamina. So we are able to roll up into the enemy and get very close with our high mobility, and then ult them, and there's no way for them to escape this. Now, for your 4th and final flex slot, Lucky Shot does add a lot of damage. The ammo, we don't need it all at this point, but we mainly buy this to slow the enemy down so that they can't escape, because you might be facing an enemy that also has high mobility, or, you know, Surge of Power with superior stamina kind of in their build, with Point Blank for more stamina. You never know, but Lucky Shot is just more, it's the best damage thing we could buy for our final slot. It's also the best utility we can buy for our final slot. Most games are going to end before you technically even get that 4th flex slot. I mean, you unlock it at the very end as you kill the 2nd shrine. It used to unlock with 1 shrine, now it unlocks with 2 shrines. And that could change by the time this video comes out, who knows. But getting that 4th flex slot, you're not going to count on it, so this is why it's a final last buy. Let's go into the skill order now real quick. At the start of the match, the first thing you're going to learn is Quantum Entanglement. The reason why is, while this looks kind of stupid and it just kind of floats you away like that, it's not really a big movement, you know, tech thing that you can do. It is, however, something that allows you to immune yourself from damage and crowd controls. So at the start, if someone's about to bomb the hell out of you and you're out of position, you Quantum Entanglement and you shrug off all of that damage. If you're about to get stunned or crowd controlled, or say ulted by a Wraith or something, oh no, I'm being ulted, see ya, and then the ult never pops off because you were immune to the ult during that time frame. It does take timing, it does take practice to learn how to use this skill. But it's the first thing we learn because it's the most defensive thing we need. We don't need to heal on the very start. We're going to unlock this by the time we need heals. And also, we're going to be upgrading this all the way because it gives us a fire rate bonus and an ammo bonus, which we're going to desperately need when we hit the jungle phase. So this is the first thing we're maxing out. The second skill we learn is Rejuvenating Aurora. And the reason we learn the second is so that we can heal ourselves, and if we have a lane partner, we heal them. And this is the second thing that we're maxing out, simply because it allows us to cast it without channeling, because if we don't have it maxed out, you do this little weird channel where you slow down, and it makes you pretty vulnerable. So you gotta take cover and heal yourself. But whenever it's maxed out, we cast it, and we can still shoot and cast other spells and act. So that's why we max this out second. You know, after that, though, we also put some points into Kinetic Pulse. We only upgrade this twice because what this does is it gives us more bullet damage to enemies hit for 8 seconds, which is massive because at that point in the game, by the time we get 2 upgrade points into Kinetic Pulse, we are going to be really dangerous with our items. We're going to be able to kill just about anyone we fight, as long as they're not hyper-fed or a direct counter build to us. And if they are, we have plenty of mobility to just leave the fight anyway. You don't have to stick it out. You can just leave. But we don't max this out because we don't care about the 125 spirit damage. It doesn't do enough for us. We then max out Singularity, which is our team fight skill, essentially. This is why people play Dynamo, so they cast Singularity and win games. And you can really push your elo up very high if you give a shit about that stuff with just good Singularities. And having a Discord full of Sweat Lords that you shoutcast and call for. Like, oh, I'm about to Singularity, guys. I'm about to pop it. Let's go, go, go. And they all rush in and kill whoever the hell you Singularity. But also, just as a solo player, you can use this to stop a Haze ult or any kind of other ult that you just don't want to eat. So you cancel their ults with yours, and then you bullet duel them, and you'll win almost every fight, as long as they're not hyper-fed. So we max this out because, again, it does that % max HP, but it's not super priority. Finally, we then come back and spend our last points on Kinetic Pulse, because there's nothing left to upgrade. But that's a skill order. We go Quantum Entanglement first, Rejuvenating Aurora second, Kinetic Pulse, and then you learn your ult, and then you upgrade Quantum Entanglement, you upgrade Rejuvenating Aurora, you slightly upgrade Kinetic Pulse, you max out Singularity, you finish off Kinetic Pulse. That's the skill order. Let's explain the skills and the weapons and how Dynamo works. So Dynamo's weapon is the Vanagun. It has a decent fall-off range. It has okay DPS. It's a heavy hitter projectile. So you'll see here that it's like a little egg shooter. You're like shooting little pulse thingies, right? And the reload time is pretty standard. It's pretty easy to hit with this once you've got a bit of practice. There is a lot of bullet fall off, so if I aim at the tippy top of this water tower, you can see that it has quite a bit of fall off, which we're going to fix with bullet velocity very, very early on. So if I go ahead and get that high velocity mag, you'll see here that when I do shoot the tippy top, it doesn't fall off as much, and especially mid-range, you're going to be more of a straight shooter than you were before. And you kind of, with projectile weapons like this, you absolutely need high velocity mag to secure those last hits and get those denies in the current meta of the game, because almost everyone runs this, and because our projectile it's a little bit slower than others. You're going to be denied a lot. You're going to lose a lot of last hits. You're going to lose a lot of your secures. But you'll just get used to playing it, and it hits really hard too. Like, even though I'm you know, way beyond the damage threshold there, it's still slapping for 5 on a headshot. But up close, we're slapping for like 29 on a headshot on the trooper wave. And yeah, it just takes a little bit of getting used to, but it is a powerful weapon, and it scales up massively, especially when we have Quantum Entanglement. You can see, let's get some items real quick so we can show the kind of the full power of the build here. So early on, this will be, you know, 20 minutes into the game, about 25 minutes into the game if you're doing really, really bad. You can see here our ammo capacity is now 40, and we shoot at an okay rate, right? We don't shoot the fastest, but after we cast Quantum Entanglement, look how fast we shoot. This is a really fast way to shoot. This is what allows us to jungle without, what is it, bounce? Without ricochet. That's the item name. So we can jungle and we can kill creep waves without ricochet because our gun does so much damn damage, and after doing a Quantum Entanglement, we shoot insanely fast. Also, the cool thing about Quantum Entanglement is that it reloads your weapon. So you cast Quantum Entanglement, you're now fully reloaded, you have that bonus magazine. It's just really, really, really good. But also, with Kinetic Pulse, like, see, if I do a chest shot on this guy, 40 damage. If I Kinetic Pulse him, and then do a chest shot, 52 damage. So it's a damage steroid, combined with a fire rate bonus, and combined with all of our items. Let's get a few flex slot items here, and just show you how devastatingly dangerous we are at 30 minutes into the game, right? 30 minutes in, you know, without our defensives, without any of our main damage dealers, you know, like Frenzy Intensifying Mag, you know, just 30 minutes in, you know, we pop this, and we hit so hard, we melt life bars like crazy. These are body shots. These are not headshots, right? Absolutely not. So that would 100 to 0 someone right there. But if we do headshots, if you're good at the headshot game, right? Some body shots, but look at the headshots, man. It just kills. Like, that's a dead player, you know, 30 minutes in that's tanky, right? So yeah, very, very, very good stuff. Anyway, but when you get Intensifying Mag Frenzy, right? And we haven't sold Hollow Point Ward. We do sell that for later. You'll see here, you know, let's go ahead and just max these out because they'll be maxed out by then. So default 77 mag size. We warp in, and now look at our damage, right? And this is without Frenzy activated, okay? So if we have Frenzy active, so let's get our health down like we've been brawling. So there we go. You know, you hit them with this, and now look at our damage. Again, these are body shots. These are body shots, right? Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm level 1. Let's level up. Okay, now we do the real damage, okay? But let's get our health back down. So here's the real damage. Not 77 per hit. Look how hard we hit. 120 per hit. We're dealing basically double the damage, right? And if you go for headshots, it's even more. And that's, again, without Lucky Shot. When you get Lucky Shot, the full damage potential of the build. Let's go ahead and just get it. Everything in here. Superior Duration goes there. Get rid of Bullet Lifesteal. There we go. So now we're at full build maximum level. Let's see how hard the weapon hits for, okay? This is body shots. And this is without Frenzy. So they're already dead. They're already dead, right? They're long dead. With Frenzy body shots, we're going to go ahead and show that off. Go ahead and pop this. Wait for them to land. Why not? And look at their HP just is gone. They're already dead. We're fully healed, by the way. And, yeah, it's pretty nuts. So, again, we'll do that with headshots now. And there we go. Pop them up. And look at the headshots. They're, like, the target dummy, like, that's 10k. If they have 50 bullet resist, that's 5k. No one's surviving that. In a second. They're dead in a second. As long as you're popping heads. And even without your combo, if you're just shooting heads, like, boom, that's, you know, someone's halfway dead in just a few shots. Just with body shots without your combo, without anything, yeah, they're still halfway dead. You're gonna melt and destroy every single thing you come across. What about jungle speed? Now, of course, at full build, you immediately obliterate the jungle, right? But, yeah, you know, you pop in, the jungle's dead in a second. So you can see that this build, it slaps. It hits absolutely hard. Dynamo's weapon, it doesn't hit as hard as Grey Talon, but you have the steroids that he doesn't. So you shoot insanely fast. You're just as deadly as long as you get the first shot. And with quantum entanglement, with your insane mobility, again, we're you know, we're sprinting around 20 movement speed a second here, right? We have the mobility. We have the insane amount of mobility. So we have all the stamina. We can do roll jumps, you know, do dive jumps. We have the stamina to be able to maneuver around the entire map. And because we're a jungler, we're going to be getting these permabuffs from the jars here. You know, especially the ammo ones are really nice. The bullet damage and the fire rate ones really help us massively, which I can't force. But yeah, 4% weapon damage. That's massive. Like, we're at 286. Now we're at 290. And, you know, 30-40 minutes into the match, you're going to have a ton of those stacked up. And if you get the mid buffs, even more. Like, if we can get the gun mid buff, which they should pop up here in a bit, like, that's even crazier. So, yeah, now we have 100 bullets base, and then when we do this, you know, and we shoot, and, yeah, it's nuts. Like, you're gonna deal so much freaking ridiculous damage to the enemy. Do not underestimate Dynamo's weapon. Everyone else will, and the cool thing about this build is it blindsides people, because in mid and high elo, the only Dynamos are in sweaty pre-made discords. And so, all Dynamos do is they run up and they ult the enemy, and their team cleans up. And that's how Dynamo gets his elo, that's how he gets his wins. But with this build, as a solo player, when you ult the enemy, your team will be asleep and doing their own thing. So we build as a solo player, so we can Souls Farm, we can carry. And with this build, I guarantee you'll be on the top, mostly on your team, and the enemy team on souls, as long as they're not hyper awake or they're really dialed in at high elo. Like, you're gonna be able to smoke low mid elo really easily with this build. Anyway, let's get into the skills. Kinetic Pulse is our first skill, and it looks like this. You shoot this yellow, you know, wave thing. I feel like they're gonna change the animation on this when they work on the game more, but what it does is it pops the enemy up, it deals damage, it lowers their fire rate and movement speed. And because we have superior duration, this duration will be longer. It also gives you more bullet damage on hit, so at full level, we slap for 115 on the chest. After we do that, we now slap for 150. So yeah, pretty strong stuff, pretty huge damage boost. Just add 30% to your weapon damage here, and it's very nice. Now, it does scale with Spirit in two ways. It scales with damage, but also the range. When you have high Spirit, and I have 141 Spirit, we have a 59-meter range. Look at that. That is really nice. But when you don't have that, you're going to have to get really close to your opponent to hit them with this early on. And generally what you do is you get close, you pop them in the air, and you shoot them. And while they're popped in the air, they can't really do much. They can shoot back, of course, but they're not going to be hypermobile, zipping around, and like they can air dodge in the air, but they can't roll, you know, jump or anything. So yeah, that's Kinetic Pulse. When you do it from the sky, it's a little weird. Like when you cast it while you're airborne, it's a little wonky. So yeah, it like floats to the ground. I don't know how to describe it. Like if we cast it in the air, it just kind of floats to the ground. It's not really an aimed skill, so to speak. So yeah, you can hit it from the air if you want, but you can see this one, it went over his head, so we didn't even land that hit. So I just don't recommend casting it from the sky at all. It's really wonky and doesn't... It works when it wants to sometimes, and it works when it doesn't. But yeah, that's Kinetic Pulse. Pretty good stuff. Quantum Entanglement is your second ability. This basically lets you immune all damage, crowd controls, and everything. So it's kind of like a pocket briefcase, but it looks like this. You have to select where you want to go, and yes, you can go in the air if you want. I don't know why you would. But essentially, it lets you do a little short teleport. It's very obvious to the enemy when you're using this. And yeah, you can float around a corner, but they'll just see this big sun orb thing, and they know you're about to pop up and shoot at them. But you want to pop this before you eat any major damage or crowd controls, but also before you jungle. So in the jungle camps here, like they're going to be burrowed underground in a normal game, but when you cast this near them, the game updates your position to be in the jungle, and so they're going to pop their head out even though you're already over here, and so as soon as you appear, you can just delete their health bars. And that allows you to jungle slightly faster than having to run up to them, wait for them to poke their heads out, and so on and so forth. And not every jungle, sometimes they're on the surface like some of the mid jungles, but on your sides and backline jungles, they are burrowed underground. I don't know why it's not consistent across all jungles, but you're mainly using this not only to avoid damage and crowd controls, but it increases your fire rate bonus and your ammo. So, again, this is how fast we shoot. We're shooting at, I don't know how fast we're shooting. But when we teleport, we now have 91% fire rate combined with all of our other items. So, very, very good stuff. And then if we surge a power, you know, along with this, our fire rate's 101. Alright, so that's pretty good. And then if we have Frenzy activated, and we have everything active, it would be 150, I believe. Or no, 171 when we're hitting heroes. Yeah. So 171 fire rate is really insane. It's the highest fire rate in the game from anybody, by the way. Really good stuff, really powerful stuff, and because our projectiles hit pretty hard, yeah, we're slapping with this bad boy. But yeah, if you get into trouble and you need to escape, you pop this. It's going to delay the damage that you take for just a tiny bit. So, you know, there you go. And you can still regenerate while you're quantum entanglement teleporting, by the way. You still regenerate, but you do not regenerate from Rejuvenating Aurora. So if I cast this and then teleport, I'm not getting the benefit of being healed by this. It makes you immune to everything, damage and heals from your teammate. If your teammate is healing you with a heal beam and you cast this, then you don't receive the benefit of being healed by it. It sucks, and that's just what it is. That's just the reality of it. So yeah, that is Quantum Entanglement. Very good stuff. We max this out first, of course. So Rejuvenating Aurora early on is not that great. It slows you down. Here's with no items and level 1 character. You can see here that my movement speed is 4.2 meters a second while I channel this. I can't shoot, I can't act. The only thing you can do is roll, but you cannot do a rolling jump. So you are stuck only rolling. And what's going to happen, because we're a solo player, you're going to have a lane partner. Let's pretend that this guy with the white health bar is our lane partner. And as I try to heal him, he's going to roll and position himself out of range of our circle. And so you have to roll towards him to keep up with the heals. It's a pain in the ass. It's like babysitting idiots. It is not fun. And the way we use this is if we get heavily harassed or chunked, we take cover behind something and we heal. And then after we heal, we jump back into the action. And this skill alone will allow us to go full offense early on before getting our green items. Because normally, if you don't buy any green items early on, you get bullied out of lane, you get blown up, you get bursted, and you're dead. But early on, this does heal a good amount of health, 32 heals a second, so that's really nice. That's basically shrugging off one full headshot a second, you know, for 5 seconds, so that's 5 headshots gone every time it's off cooldown. The cooldown is 48 seconds, so it's not really reliable, you can't spam it. But when we upgrade points into it, just a few upgrades, we get cooldown reduction. You also gain this slight move speed, which when you're channeling, you can't take advantage of the move speed, but your allies can. Your allies will get that move speed buff. And did they nerf that actually? Let's see. Yeah. If it's fully, yeah, they change it. Never mind. That's old alpha stuff. I mean, we're still in alpha, but now it's if you fully channel it after the channel ends, which you can see here, it does increase our move speed. You have to have fully channel it though, and now we get that move speed bonus. Pretty useless, pretty darn useless. But the final upgrade is the best one because it heals us based on a percentage of max HP. All right, which is really, really good. So if I go half health here, you can see here that it heals quite a bit. Even at level 1 with 680 health, you can see just, you know, fully channeling it gave us almost 40% is what we're sitting at a little bit. Not exactly. But it gives us that move speed bonus immediately. So this is why we max this second. It's mainly for mobility purposes. But the heal is nice early on, and late game you can heal your whole team if they've been chunked by a % of their max HP, meaning you don't need to run things like healing booster, though you could. It sacrifices our own mobility and survivability, which I don't like to do as a solo player. Singularity is our final skill, our ultimate skill, and it has a very low radius early on. You can see here I'm not even close enough to this guy, so I would have to be like it's like half of your dodge range, right, is about the range. So there we go. We pulled them. It'll pull them in. It makes them float. Makes them look goofy. They can't act during your ult. And it's a very short duration, right? But when you have it maxed out and you have your item build, so especially, you know, superior duration, which we do put on Singularity. Why didn't that not work? Okay, anyway, let's buy a few other items so that you can see about your power level 30 minutes in. Alright, so again, about 35 minutes in, this is about where okay, not Boundless Spirit and not Leech, but let's get those two. There we go. So this is about where you'll be 35 minutes in. And let's go ahead and hit that max level 2, not that that matters too much, get these skills learned. And you can see that the range, it's much higher, but it's still not that high, right? So again, we have to be about slight, like 3/4 of dodge range. And there we go. Now we suck them in. We suck them in for longer. They're taking percentage max HP damage because the target dummy has 3k health. You know, I have 3k health here, which, I mean, I would have more with Leech there and a few of these other items, especially Leech. That's a huge bonus to our health. But yeah, essentially, you're dealing this amount of damage. And you're holding the enemy here longer so that your team, like, if your team can't 100-0 someone in this duration, you've already lost the game anyway. Like, and what's going to happen is your team will be fighting, your team will be here brawling. You're going to just use all of your stamina and all of your hyper mobility to get in there. So you're going to come from the side or behind, preferably, like so. We're popping this, we're roll jumping, we're going to roll jump in, and we're going to Singularity and drag everyone in like this. And hopefully your teammate is awake and is paying attention and does something to kill the enemies you've sucked in. And when they do, it's an auto win. You already won the match. The enemy team does not have a Dynamo because you're Dynamo. So as long as you can capture the enemy in your Singularity, you've already won. You don't even have to farm. You don't have to jungle. You don't have to worry about shooting anybody. Your team is awake and they will kill everyone that you cast Singularity on. Whereas as a solo queue, that's not the case. That is sadly not the case. So the way that we use Singularity, once you realize your team sucks and they're asleep and they're behind on farm, and it's up to you to win the game if you can, the way we use it is, oh no, the enemy Haze is ulting. Cancel her ult, and then shoot her. And basically, you ult her, you want to do the full duration for that damage, right? As soon as your ult ends, you pop them up, you quantum entanglement if you need to, and you blast them down. Alright, now generally you want to kind of blast, and then when they land you quantum entanglement because they're going to be rolling around, and we can chase them. We can chase them with our 7 stamina, we can chase them with our Surge of Power Rejuvenating Aurora, because they're not outrunning us. We run faster than them, even though we're a fat dude. We can run super fast. Okay, the only people that can outrun us are Pockets and Infernuses, and there maybe a Lash, if he's got, like, things to latch onto. But other than that, no one's escaping us, okay? And, yeah, that's how we use Singularity, to stop the enemy ults, and to deny the enemy, like, if they're about to kill us, we can hold them down as a final hurrah. But you have to realize that you have a long cooldown on this, alright? The cooldown with our items, alright, and I turn cooldown off, is 180 something seconds. It's pretty bad. If you build around cooldown reduction, which doesn't help us as a solo player, but if you did, you can shrug off about 1 full minute on your cooldown. It's still it's still 2 minutes long if you go cooldown reduction build. So yeah, that's why we don't do that, because in my testing, in my experience as a solo queue, you can't rely on your random queued strangers to dive in. They've been bullied and harassed, and they're behind on farm the whole game, right? There was one game I had a Grey Talon who was about 10k behind on Soul's farm, and I ulted 3 enemies. 3 enemies, I ulted all of them right in front of him, and he stood there, and he did nothing, and then when my ult ended, he casted his owl, point blank, missed it, and then died. And I was like, what the hell, dude? He could have just pushed 1 and killed them. He could have just pushed 2 and flown in the sky and dumped his bullets onto their heads the whole duration. But no, he stood there and he was like, what's going on? And then after my ult ended, he ults, which did nothing but stun them for a second, and then they just turned around and killed both of us. It's so stupid. And this constantly happens. Like I'll have a Haze nearby with her ult available. I will ult the whole enemy team, all 6 of them. The Haze will then run away. And then I'll die, and then my team will die, and then the Haze will solo ult 1 guy and then get, you know, metal skinned and then die. It's such a pain in the ass. This skill is really good if your team is awake and they actually do what they need to do, but as a solo queue, when your teammates are bad and asleep at the wheel and fumbling the bag, it is completely useless other than interrupting the enemy. So just keep these things in mind. You're going to have 2 playstyles when using Singularity, and you'll have to suss out which one it is. But with that said, let's get to the live gameplay commentary so you can see for yourself. Alright, this is the live gameplay commentary part of the video. This is why this video is so long. I am mega tired, 3-hour nap in 40 hours, no warm-up games, old monitors from 2010, lots of ghosting. My aim sucks, let's do this, let's go. I'm going to put my first skill into Quantum Entanglement, there we go. And just fix my control button because it's like popping out on my keyboard. Okay, got that fixed. Good stuff. Now, I am in a solo queue, but my lane partner is a Warden, and we're up against Vindicta and, what's her name? McGinnis. So yeah, very annoying lane, and they're not here? What are they doing? Okay, it's now, never mind. I'm half asleep. I got the call out wrong. It is, Viscous and Haze. Yes, I'm very tired. I'm very bad with names, and I'm tired. The Haze is... Yeah, there she is. She just showed up, okay. She's a little lagging behind there, I guess. But, yeah, we're just going to push the lane and get our early buys. And it's a really hard lane to bully. We're going to learn our healing ability here, and they are not denying me at all. So, first upgrade point into Quantum Entanglement. There we go. So, because the lane is pushed, I can work on harassment and getting those last hit denies. So, like that, or like this one. Nope, failed, okay. I'm a little too far away, anyway, for that. But yeah, we can work on just harassing the enemy a bit from safety and try to get those secures, get those last hits. So, there we go. I missed that one, but my lane partner got it. Missed that deny. Okay, Haze, you're a little out of position, but my aim sucks, so I missed, like, all of those shots. Oh, well. Not warmed up either, by the way. Just letting you know. Ooh, getting grabbed. Ooh. Alright, we're just gonna dip down and get right back up. There we go. Let's get those last hits. And again, I'm gonna take a lot of bullets here because I'm on the high ground. That's fine. We have 2 buys. Let's go back and get both. Because the sooner we get our first 4 buys, the more damage we deal. And that is very good stuff, especially if they get out of position or they push too hard. Now, my Warden is a little wounded, so we're going to heal him up. We're going to try to stick to him a bit. He's going to roll out of my heals just like I told you he would. And I know he was trying to dodge this slime goo crap. But, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and finish that off. Get that, secure those 2. And we're close to our next buy. Viscous taking some hits here, especially if I can land the hits. There we go. That deny. Got it. That one was a hard to get deny, but he was stuck in cover. Get that last hit. Don't let him fade out before you tap him, like this one here is. Oh, got it. Okay, very close. We're gonna learn our what's this called? Kinetic Pulse. It's very short range. Very, very short range right now. And get that last hit there. There we go. They're pushing in. Okay, you... Sure. Fight me if you want, Haze. I didn't have any ammo for you. So maybe she's counting my bullets. I don't know. That would be some real crazy pro strat stuff to count the bullets. We're gonna go ahead and heal ourselves and Warden here, and that's okay. We're behind cover. We're good. We've got them nearly topped up. Yeah, they're pushing a bit. It's okay. We got our next buy. Let's get this deny. Got it. I could have stayed for 2 more kills and got the next buy, but we're fine. We have 3 out of our 4 offensive items. You can see that we're basically almost full HP. So that's why we don't buy defensives first, because it doesn't give us as much of a benefit. There we go. We're going to put our second upgrade into Quantum Entanglement. I always forget the names. Again, especially with no sleep. You just forget names. That's how my brain works. Alright. I didn't have to reload there, but my lane partner got it. Alright. We'll keep pushing. And I got 2 more buys already. So I want to kind of go back and get those, but also yeah. Let's just go back and get those. There's really no reason to tickle the tower right now. It really won't do anything for us financially. So I'm just going to go back, get these next 2 buys. And now we have full early game power. So we're very strong in lane against, especially if they overextend or if they get in our face, we pop them in the air. If we quantum reloaded, like I'm hitting headshots from beyond my bullet range for, well, that was 5, but you can see we're pretty deadly. You get that deny. We got our bullet travels faster item. I don't remember the word right now. What is it? High velocity mag. There we go. That's the name. We have our ultimate, by the way. We have our ultimate 5 minutes in. We have boots for our ultimate, so we can run. Well, let's see what Haze does here. She might push in. Usually when people arrive to a lane, they get very, very, like, confident. They're like, oh, I'm full HP, go, 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 right? But hell, I mean, I'm full HP. Warden is a little bit wounded, so I'm going to give him a little bit of the tickle. Get him nice and topped up. There we go. Let's see if they deny that. They're trying. Yeah, they're trying to get this last hit here. I missed that last hit, unfortunately. And again, we're getting goo punched. It's okay. It doesn't really hurt because of our early item buys. So we're safe. We're fine. And we're able to just hold this. Look at that. Look at me chunk the Haze. Haze almost died. 1 more shot into the head would have killed her. And I could pursue that. I could have ulted her. Like, she's still in the lane, though, too. Why is she staying? I don't know why she's staying, but we're going to play this safe and patiently. And, yeah, she is still there. She's hiding behind the statue, as she should. But, yeah, if she's wounded, she can't aggro and, like, push in on us or anything. I'm just going to top up and heal. If I get near my lane partner here, heal him up as best I can. We have our next buys. I'm just going to go back and buy. And looking at the health bars, they're still pushing out. They still have low health. And there we go. Now we have our green items. Look at that. 1,100 health at 6 minutes. It's really glorious. It's really good. 36 damage headshot to Haze beyond our bullet damage range. Very good. Alright, so we 5-tap the enemy creep. So yeah, you can see it makes it very easy to last hit. Get those denies. Not that one. I could have meleeed it. I'm too slow. I'm not awake. I have no warm-up games. Don't hate. Don't be a hater. Okay? Or you can hate. You're free to hate. I don't give a shit. You're just some random person on the internet anyway. Your opinion doesn't really matter. Ooh, what you gonna do about it? I'm just playing, dude. That's only to the haters, dude. Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and heal up Warden here. Keep Warden nice and healthy. Keep him well fed. Keep, give him a foot massage. No, that's reserved for Vindicta. Okay. Gotta keep those ghost feet in prime condition. Oh man, yes, I do laugh at my own jokes. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, Buster? All right. And again, we're just farming. We're just getting paid. We're at 4.7k. We're doing pretty good. We're getting lots of denies. The enemy is at perpetual half HP, right? Unable to push out. Feels bad as a Haze. She should be stealthing around and ulting us by now, but she's not. So, good. All right, Haze is 3.3k farm. Oh no, that was a really nasty goo punch, and it did a little bit of damage. But look, we're fine. The lane minion, the heal minion, topped us up. Okay, I was going to roll into Haze and then push 1 and kill her, but she already backed. Like, she sensed the danger. She smelt the danger. She didn't like what she was smelling. There's another goo punch. Look at these goo punches. That's fine. Again, we're just ignoring them at this point. We're like, oh, there's a Viscous over there? What? Oh, he's going. Is he going in? He kinda was. We kinda were. I can actually steal this jungle a bit. So I think I might just do that. Steal the jungle. At least the big wave. Okay, I'm in danger. There's a haze. I'm gonna ult her ult. It didn't do. Oh, she got goo squared. She got the goo square. We got the roly goo man. I can't knock that. Oh, I can pop that up. You used to not be able to pop that up. Now you can. That's cool. Alright. I'm going back so I can get my sustain. No, never mind. We can't afford it yet. We're like 100 away. Alright, let's heal him up. Don't roll out of my heal. Okay, well, you're dead anyway. You should have stayed in cover. Well, anyway, his death let me buy my next item, so it is what it is. Alright, I think we're still winning, though. We're at 5k farm, and they're at 4.7 and 5k. So we're winning by 300 souls, even though they got the kills, right? Like, it's okay to die. It's okay. It's okay to die. And again, our tower is very healthy. Very nice, pristine tower. Maybe not pristine. It's got a little bit of scuff marks now from the creeps. But, I can go ahead and do our little baby jungle here real quick. Let's just knock that out. There we go. And again, I'm sharing that with Warden right now. It looks like, well, I shared one of the kills with Warden. Don't know why. I guess it was too close. Alright, so they're getting a little more confident now. They're able to push out a little bit. And I'm just going to keep farming. I got that bullet lifesteal. I can sustain even harder. Oh no, you goo punched me in my butt. Wow. Get our next buy, Enduring Speed. Now we can really roam in. Alright, mid-boss, that's 10 minutes in. Full deny is in effect. Lane splitting is in effect.
Get close to me.
Alright, my character literally says, get close to me, he rolls away. Gotta love it. You just... oh, man. Alright. Yeah, we're just pegging... We're just pelting the haze. There we go, they didn't even deny that. Come on, man. They're not... Let's see if they deny that. They tried. I saw them shoot at it. We got our final point into our quantum entanglement. Such a dumb name, by the way. I don't like that name. It's stupid. But yeah, now we get the double mag capacity, which lets us really unload, shoot fast, clear the creep wave. Someone's getting claw machined. Haze is very low. And we have an intruder here. It's Flash. Not a big deal. If Flash ults, we push 2, and he doesn't ult us anymore. Our timing is good. So, I don't know why the Warden ulted that. That's stupid, but whatever. And again, he's not landing those dive kicks. He can keep trying. He can sit here and lane all day and try. Haze is very low, but we're not getting any kills on that. I'm not a sniper character. But yeah, we're just chilling. We're just farming. We're pushing lanes. They're soaking with the. Look at him. I'm out of range for that. You ain't grabbing me. You just wasted your ult, Bucko. You wasted that ult. Yeah, what are you doing, Lash? What are you doing? I'm landing all those hits on you, by the way. He is soaking their souls. Yeah, you missed. You missed your Lash or your flog. I'm out of range. I was out of range for that. Anyway, we're just gonna sit here and continue farming. Just ignore Lash. Look, here he comes again. He keeps trying to dive kick me, dude. I have the stamina to... Oh, yeah. He's buggering off. He's leaving. He's like... He's not making any plays. Viscous is just a big... Oh, here he comes again! Here he comes again! Yeah, what are you doing? But, like... what's he doing? He is still in the lane. Where's the Haze at? Is Haze roaming? Did they swap? Possibly. Let's get Duration Extender. It doesn't do too much for us right now, but it's something. Like, he's trying to shoot us. I mean, we are returning fire just fine. Come on, where are you going? Where am I going? Let's do a little wall jump into Quantum there. See that? Look at that. We're parkouring. We're parkour specialists. And every time we Quantum, we have that bonus ammo and bonus magazine capacity, so we can really, really just cut loose into the enemy here. Jungles, I would like to be jungling right now. There's also a mid buff that's just chilling here. Very good to have. So, looks like Yamato's rotating in for some reason. Don't know why, but I'm going to grab the jungle, especially with my gun buff. There we go. And we got that second upgrade into heal. And I don't need to be here if they're going to soak. So, do we have a flex slot? We don't have a flex slot yet. That sucks. I like to have my flex slots by 10 minutes. It's 13 minutes. Oh well. We'll have to work on that. So, we're a little bit underpowered. Also, I hear ults going off. I don't know why they're, like, ulting. I don't want to have a 3v3 in the mid lane. That's stupid. Look at yellow lane. Like, Yamato should be in yellow farming. So, Yamato can just have this lane if she wants. Yellow is where the money's at. There's no one there to stop it. So, yeah. I'm just gonna... I don't have all my speed items yet. But we're just gonna go to yellow and farm that instead. Like, we have no business just having a 3v3 in mid lane. That's what the pugs do. That's what the idiots do. That's what the low IQ brainlets do that don't have any sense of economy. And yeah, we'll... I mean, yellow lane's already defeated in one, so I can push up on it a bit. And I don't have the stamina yet to, like, have a full escape. But, yeah, we can definitely farm this. That's fine. And then there's crates, jungle. And we have 11k. Our Yamato's actually farmed. So, that's good. Good to have a good Yamato on the team. How is she farmed? She is 3-0. That's alright. How about the enemy team? The 11k 7. So, we're doing pretty good. You know, we're matching his freak. Also, the Vindicta that they have. We're matching hers, too. But just without the barefoot shit. Dude, I bet people are gonna piss off whoever designs these characters to the point where they give her shoes. Just mock my words, and people are gonna rage. I'm not a foot guy. I think feet are gross. I just like to make fun of the people that think it's sexy. I really... It's so weird to me. It's so foreign. Right? Anyway, we're pumping bullets into these little monster creatures. And, once we have our items, especially our flex slot items, this becomes like a one mag, you know, one trick, one mag kind of thing. Also, mid buff is back. We still have the gun buff, but we'll go ahead and get the caster buff. And Yamato is just holding green by herself. I guess, Warden buggered off. Oh, he landed a dive kick. Very good. I'm coming in, though. Where are you? Ah, you canceled your momentum with a dodge. Yeah, I hurt, by the way. Yeah, have fun rolling all your stamina away. Okay, Warden's back. I'm going back to the jungle. You know, I'm going back to the... going back to my Ouija job here. Let's go. Alright. Go ahead and blast these little creepers. And yes, I know there's an upstairs with some stuff. So we'll go ahead and grab it. I mean, there's not much to do. Oh, yellow lane, never mind. Yellow, oh, there's a haze in yellow, and she's going to take that tower. I can't get there in time. Yeah, she's gonna kill that, straight up. Does she dive me here? That would be cool if she dived me. She probably won't. I'm gonna Quantum just in case I can get some picks here. Yeah, dive me. Dive me, I ult, your ult. Okay, she's gonna sleep and run away. That's the smart move. She did get the tower, and I was asleep, so I couldn't deny it. That's fine. I'm not upset about her getting the tower. There's not much I could have done, you know, except maybe shoot heads better or something, but, you know, we're just out here farming. We're just out here farming just like she is. Everything's Gucci. Alright. Okay. Go ahead and finish these little buggers off. That puts us at 6.2.
Put these souls to good use.
Gotta get this perma buff, because 4% weapon damage is pretty huge. Not gonna lie. And, yeah, I want to go back to green and buy. Is Yamato's doing that upstairs jungle that I didn't get to do because yellow lane was in desperate need of cleansing, so to speak. Let's get our buys. We have our flex slot. There we go. Also, oh, damn it. They killed the tower before I get to finish my buys. That's fine. I got my flex item, and we're near a secret shop. I'm not too worried. Just gotta buy faster next time. She can 1v1 the Viscous. Viscous is 9k. She doesn't need me for Viscous. Alright, can I pull 100? Oh, well, I mean, they just got a Spirit Walker, so yes. Next buy, point blank. Now, watch my jungle speed. It is crazy. Where's my team? We're farming, bro. Where's my team? Look how fast we jungle now. Like, it's just instant, right? That's the medium, that's the smalls. Yeah, they die. They die so quick. And we have a second flex slot already unlocked, so we're gonna double flex it up here shortly. We got our final point into heal, so now we can use that to roam faster. We're gonna be using that for run speed as we run around the map jungling, okay? Just be aware of that. Now, the second flex slot buy is more for PvPing against enemy heroes, but it's okay for jungling too. But you can see here that we can go ahead and start jungling if I can shoot properly and not miss. Yeah, we kill the big jungle creeps pretty quick. Pretty nice. It's not as fast as it should be, but it's still pretty decent. Go ahead and just push one on them so we deal a little bit of damage. We don't have the 30% bullet damage buff yet from our one, but it's still good. We can finish this with melees. There we go. Alright. That's the big jungle camp done. And then we will save blue lane because there's no one there. Again, if you can only jungle when your lanes are pushed, or if all of your teammates are in a lane. If they are not, you are to go to a lane because that is the superior farm. There's also McGinnis pushing up forward here. I'm not afraid of McGinnis. They have a disconnect. Their last rage quit, it looks like. Well, that sucks. Maybe it's a tip disconnect. But yeah, so McGinnis is at 14k farm. I'm at 18k farm. And Kelvin just straight up dived her and domed her. So it looks like Infernus is, I don't know. They're doing something. I don't need to be here. I need to go farm. There is a jungle in the middle that I can grab real quick. So I'm just going to go do that. Alright, after I smash jars. And yeah, we'll just dumpster the big boy here first, because that's where the money's at. If you kill the small ones first and then the big one, well, you take less damage. If the enemy shows up to interrupt or stop you, well, then they just get the big one's farm. And the big one's farm is better than the little and the medium-sized farm. So hopefully that's how you make sense of it and prioritize what to kill and what not to kill. There we go. Again, we're just getting our farm. Viscus, I can snipe this maybe. Okay, yeah, I should be able to get this. There is a Vindicta here. We're gonna heal. Put that second point upgrade while we fight Vindicta. You can see. Oh man, I think I win this. Like, I hurt. Just have to land my shots. Oh, she's going around the corners. Nah, she got away. She almost got her though. Almost got her though. Damn, that would have been sick double. But yeah, we're a dangerous man. A lot of people don't realize. They think, oh, it's Dynamo. He's a support. He's in my jungle. That's an easy kill. No, it's not. No, it absolutely isn't. And Vindicta had 17k there, and I'm at 21k, so she's not that far behind. We're going to go ahead and upgrade our ultimate and start working towards that. And yeah, we're pretty quick at the jungle. Also, if I had my second flex buy, she would have definitely been dead, because I would have been able to get that move speed buff, that bonus damage, that bonus fire rate, all of it. So this is why we always get our flex slots ASAP instead of delaying it. So burst fire, there we go. Pristine emblem, there we go. Now we have our resist building up. And yeah, we have that move speed, so where do we need to run to? We need to go do the big jungles near our base. That's priority, so we're going to speed to that. There we go. And we have the second point upgrade into our one. Look how fast we jungle now. Look how fast this is. Boom. Like, that's one down. That's two down on a single mag. And again, we can't do it in one mag yet. Unfortunately, the Lash rage quit, so this is now a 5v6. I hate to show a game where it's unfair, but there's, I'm mainly showing off the build and how strong it is. So there we go. Maybe some of my teammates will be like, "Oh, it's safe to leave," and they'll just leave too. That does happen, right? Like, a lot of people, if it's an unfair match, they just don't stay, get that bonus ammo. Go ahead and charge up for the jungle here. There we go. Boop, boop, and boop. It's that quick. It's very, very quick. Go ahead and grab these bad boys. And don't feel bad if you waste ammo on the jars, because, again, you literally reload your weapon when you quantum teleport or whatever it's called. Quantum Entanglement. Jeez. I'm never going to remember that name correctly. Fortitude's coming up. That's going to give us move speed. We have our ultimate, so we could ult somebody here if we land on them, I guess. Not a whole lot going on. It looks like there's a Haze in yellow lane. What is her farm? 18k. We can fight her. We could absolutely fight that Haze. Is there creeps down here? I didn't look at them. Yes, there is. Let's go ahead and clear this out. Yeah, look how fast we clear it now. Oh, yes. We just go around the room. Getting the jars, getting the big boys, getting the perma buffs. 4% weapon damage. Look at that. That's an item. It's basically a buy. We're going to use our speed boost to get to yellow. No, there's already a warden there getting it, so kind of wasted our speed boost there. It's fine. When we have Surge of Power, we run even faster. I guess I'll continue pushing yellow a bit. And there is a team fight going on in blue. I don't need to be there. You know, it is a 5v6, so there's more money to be made here than there is in that team fight. Alright, we got our second point into our ultimate. Working towards that third one. Okay. Got some jungle creeps in this room here. All the lanes are pushing. We can steal the enemy jungle. Let's go ahead and quantum inside there. Kill the creeps. There we go. And again, this is why we are a solo gun Dynamo. We have our next buy. We don't have a flex slot, and that's fine. We're okay on flex slots for 23 minutes in. I'm at 26k farm in 23 minutes. Go ahead and get that crate. There's a lot of blue farm here and a McGinnis. I think we just go to that. So, yeah, let's just go to that. And yeah, she has less stamina. Remember that. Also, kill the turrets. Don't let the turrets just sit there and pelt you. I hear Vindicta flying around, so I'm just going to be a little cautious. Alright, because Vindicta can really combo you down if she knows what she's doing. I don't know if this one does. I'm not going to check her items right now. I'm just going to go back to farming. So, that whole engagement was a waste of time. It's basically time lost. But, hey, you know, we did make them go back a bit. Let's go get another buy from the secret shop here. We have Fortitude. Now we can move 2 movement speed faster with 20% increased damage when we're not critically injured. And yes, this move speed does stack with our heal ability here, so you can see we can really zoom around the map. We're going 16 movement speed a second right now, and we're only going to get faster as the game goes on. We're already highly mobile. We got lots of stamina. We're going to be getting more stamina. I can push 1 here and maybe kill the side creeps. Nope, not yet. Not strong enough. But yeah, we we deal so much damage that they die immediately. So yellow lane's got some farm going on, and if one guy shows up to stop us, our build lets us kill them. Almost anyone at this point that tries to stop us is dead. Almost anybody. I mean, looking at farm, I'm at 28k. Vindicta might be able to do something, depending on her build and her skill. A lot of Vindicta's also aimbot, but hey, it is what it is. The 7, I can probably take him out. We'll see what happens, though. So we're just in here jungling, stealing their jungle. Go ahead and, again, we're just farming up for our next items. There we go. Alright. There is Jar. We're not really a Jar runner, even though we have high mobility. It's not really a good idea to run Jar at the moment. So I'm just gonna go full back to base because purple is being pushed. I could teleport to it. I could have pushed yellow one more time. Superior stamina is going to give us the ability to really deep push and escape. I don't need to boost to this. There's no one going. Kelvin might be going to it. He should be rotating green, though. Maybe I should have rotated green. I don't know. But let's see. Let's see what they do. Okay, yeah, they're going to rotate green. And there's also a McGinnis. There's a yellow. Should rotate to that instead of jungling. But Kelvin's got it. He's going to go take care of yellow. There we go. And I'm just jungling here. And again, it sucks it's a 5v6. Oh, there's someone here? Hello, Viscous. Hello, my old friend Viscous. And yeah, you're just dead. Like, you can't fight me. Like, you do too much damage. So, thanks for 1,000 souls. Thanks for jungling for me, Buster. And again, Viscous is at 17k. I'm at 33k. I've almost doubled his farm. And that's why, like, I have full confidence I could kill him. But even if he matched my farm, if he was matching my freak, then, like, I'm still just gonna left-click and delete his ass. We have the big jungle camp here to do, so let's knock that out. Push 1 on the bad boys, the creeps, and look how fast we melt these guys. We have our 3rd flex slot that we're gonna buy. And, because normally I would buy Surge of Power and blah blah blah, but no, we have that 3rd flex slot, so we're buying it. And that is Frenzy. Again, as soon as those flex slots unlock, you buy that shit. You don't buy it in the order. I know it's a little bit different than most of my build guides, but we got Frenzy now. Now we win every 1v1. We're also really tanky if they get our health down low enough. Yeah, other than that, we're going to go continue in order, Surge of Power into Intensifying Mag, which we will have to sell our Hollow Point to get. So yeah, but until then, we just keep farming. There's Kelvin here. I don't want to share farm with Kelvin. I'm gonna do jar. So, yeah, like we have every lane pushed, I'm fast. And it's into the enemy territory, that's fine. That is a little bit different, a little bit new. But yeah, we can just run straight there. We have plenty of stamina. We have point blank and we have superior stamina as items. So we can roll and jump and evade and drop the urn and just kill whoever tries to stop us. All the lanes are pushed. They're not out here stopping the jar. They're just not. So there we go. Just go ahead and deposit this bad boy. Alright, there you go. And yeah, you should normally stay and secure the souls, but there's no one here to stop me. There's a Vindicta. She's out playing. Yeah, we can maybe not do anything here. We're getting dumped on by everybody at that gate, so we're just gonna walk away. And look how fast we run. And look, we're like almost fully healed. It's like they never really shot us. And we have jungle, and also I'm gonna get those souls. 100 souls is 100 souls. Get Surge of Power, put that on Rejuvenating Aurora. There we go. I don't know why it's an Aurora, but Aurora Borealis at this time of day, this time of year. Localized directly in your kitchen. Okay, did we just kill her here? Ooh, maybe? Look at our damage. She's dead. 100% dead. Yeah, her name is Putis. Putis the Vindicta. Alright. Jungle time. And again, this is how we heal up. We also have Fortitude when we're not killing shit. We have Surge of Power when we're not killing shit. Let's go to purple lane. Look how fast we run. We're running at 18 meters a second. That's almost as fast as the railway. And then we just kill the creep wave, get our farm back up. Still 5v6, unfortunately. Again, I like to show you a fair game. We do have a 30k souls lead. We have a 1 kill lead. I'm 3-0 because, again, I'm very hard to kill. Very, very hard to kill. And, Yamato is being chased by, hello, goo ball man.
Quantum Entanglement.
I have more stamina than you. You can't run from this, and you're immediately dead, too, by the way. So, yeah, that's cool. There was a Haze around, so let's fight Haze. I want to fight Haze. She's at 32k, I'm at 40k. There's Haze. Let's get her. Let's just run at her, bros. I missed my one. Ult me? Ult me? Nope. She died before she could react. She's coming back to... No, never mind. I thought she had Spirit Rebirth. They nerfed the hell out of Spirit Rebirth. It no longer gives cooldown reduction. It's like, why? Also, free souls. Weird little quarter, but I'll take it. I'm going to use their secret shop for the next buy. We don't have the final flex slot. That's okay. Just group and end. No, I don't think so. I have a build guide to show off. Okay, Intensifying Mag. We sell Hollow Point for that. Proof Spirit. Boom. The chicken bake or the double chunk chocolate chip cookie? Every time I hear the word boom, I think of those guys. I think their catchphrase works against me, actually. So yeah, we're a massive threat on the map. We have 43k at 31 minutes in, and again, I only have 5 kills. Like, look at the other people. There's a Vindicta with 10 kills. She's at 32k, right? So this is why we jungle. This is why we push lanes. This is where we hold them. Oh, hello. She just wants the battle. I'm down for it. Look at her health. See ya. I'm not even landing my shots properly. Okay, I am now getting focused by something else. I didn't even see what it was, but look how mobile we are. We're just out. Something else shot at us. And it's still shooting. It's a Vindicta. She wants revenge. She's mad. But look at this. We're out of combat for a little bit. We haven't took damage. Guess what happens? Fortitude happens. I love Fortitude. It regenerates your HP very, very quickly. Look how fast we're healing up. And again, we're just roaming around. And we can go farm. And when we shoot these enemies, we have bullet lifesteal, so we heal up anyway. And I'm already across the map, ready to jungle it up and get even more farm, right? And we have full upgrades. We are maximum upgrades at 32 minutes, dude. That means we're max level. That means we have maximum HP, 3.3k. You know, we still have more stuff to buy. We still have more upgrades to buy. And our bullets hit so hard, even without any buffs. Like, we just immediately melt the enemy team. This is why you play... This is why you play Dynamo. Dynamo it's freelo. Dynamo freelo. But I'm a greedy man. I like 70% weapon damage. At 30 minutes, the jars give bigger, stronger, harder buffs. That's what she said. Sometimes you can quantum up there. I failed to do it this time. Also, yeah, just too fat, I guess. All right, there we go. And we're popping them. Alright, another ammo buff there. And yeah, the enemy is pushed into their base at this point, and it's basically over. But, you know, we can keep farming. We're gonna get that 4th flex slot there. Coming up shortly if they push hard enough. No, they didn't. They failed. They got pushed back. My team has died. Isn't that fun? I mean, it's technically a 5v5 for them, so it's fair. 'Cause I'm out here. You can have that. You can have that little... Oh, they're all here. You're sleeping me? Are you gonna ult? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to me? Do we get a team fight ult here? Just one? Yeah, he's just gonna leave. He's got a stun on me. I'm gonna quantum. And I failed the timing, so that sucks. But yeah, look at our stamina. We are highly mobile, right? Oh, I can just jungle here, get my health back, right? Like, it's not a big deal. Okay. Let's charge up a quantum, because why not? And I'm just like, I'm not even aiming. I'm just, my monitors are so blurry, dude. I'm not even, I'm just shooting everything. Blast all of the things. Let's go secret shop and get another buy. Can I not break this? There we go. Fire rate, always good to see fire rate. Rapid recharge, superior duration on our ultimate. There we go. Leech is coming up. It's not a big upgrade. It's a very minor one, but it's still an upgrade. Also, we could solo. We can solo mid boss. Watch.
Has its advantages.
And yeah, so we just look at how much damage we do to mid boss, and if we shoot him in the eye, I don't think it matters. But yeah. So we're gonna aggro everybody. He's gonna roar at 50% HP. There it is. And yeah, let's see what they do. If they all jump me down here, I ult and hold them still. Also, it looks like Kelvin is coming. I kind of want to give it to the enemy. Like, I kind of just want to give them the mid boss buff. So I'm just gonna leave. I know, I'm being weird. Kelvin's got it. There you go. There you go, Kelvin. You did it. You got the mid boss rejuve buff. I hear a Vindicta. She's trying to root me. There's a Kelvin flying above me. Lots of flyers today. Get out of the sky. And again, I could probably follow that. Yeah, I could just follow her, dude. We have that mobility, and because we have a surge of power, we don't slow down when we shoot. Am I being stunned here? There's the stun. 3, 2, 1. Quantum. Push 1. I still ate the stun. I can stand in this. I can cancel it, actually. Let's cancel it. Just give him a big ol' hug. There you go, buddy. And then we're gonna 1, and then we're gonna left click he's dead. So... but I could have stood in that and just traded with him, but it would have been a slow chip away. Like, we would just be, you know, slapping each other and healing up. I have 4,000 HP, by the way. And I don't even have Leech yet, which is going to give us even more. And that is, well, part of that is mid-boss. But also, that's the perma buffs here. Like this 8% ammo that we just got. That's why we aggressively jungle. Alright. Now, looking at the map, there's a lot of jungle on our side. There's Jar that I can grab. And we don't have the 4th flex slot yet, so my team still hasn't. I hear someone jungling, and that is my teammate. That is Mirage. He is over there shooting something. So, also, you know, they changed this jungle here. It's no longer downstairs, it's upstairs. Only on this side, though. It's weird. Get that perma buff. Nothing there. There might be some here. Nope. Okay, fine. I'm 100 away from next buy, which is... well, I mean, we can just get Leech now, because we sell Bullet Lifesteal to get Leech. It's a very minor, stupid upgrade. It's not very worthwhile. But I'm still going to smash crates. I'm still going to use my speed boost here. We're running at 20 movement speed a second. Very fast. That's one less than the rails. Okay, so we sell Bullet Lifesteal, 625 souls. We buy Leech. There we go. 4.2k HP. Now we have more lifesteal than ever before. Yes, so much more. And look how we also have more weapon damage because Leech gives you weapon damage. Yes, it does. It gives you a bunch. It gives you 20 weapon damage. It's so good. It's glorious. All right. So yeah, we kill anything we shoot at this point. It's literally over for them. All right, and again, big old team fight going on over on blue lane right now. I don't have ultimate, so technically I wouldn't be involved in that anyway. I could go fight and do some cleanup, you know, just dive somebody. Or I can continue farming lane, get our builds, get our items. And again, I'm at 56k farm at 38 minutes. Look at my team. There's a 41k Yamato who's killed 7 times. I've killed 8 times, no deaths. The enemy team, there's a 41k with 5 kills and a 39k. So yeah, we're like 20k above them. And no, it's not because they have a lever. It's because I know how to jungle and push lanes, and we're highly mobile, and this build is absolutely busted. That's why I'm teaching it to you. I am teaching you the busted builds. Alright? So, yeah, just take advantage of it, right? It lets you hyper jungle, it lets you kill everybody. And again, it's a solo build, it's not a Sweat Lord, you know, pre-made Discord server. Also, the Infernus is starting to rage out. Where are we? My god! He keeps dying. He keeps going in by himself and dying. And you know what? Let my team die. I hit ult on 2 people. How are we not fighting? See? That's exactly what I complained about. So that's why I build the way I build. And I play the way I play. Because it won't make me upset. I don't have to rely on my teammates to be awake and at the wheel. Careful Dynamo. Yeah, he's saying careful Dynamo. I don't need to be careful. I have mobility. I have tankiness. And yeah, without... Oh, look at that. Can we fight that? No, they're like... I don't want to fight that. Let's see if she chases. Let's bait her out. See ya. Yeah, she's still shooting at me. She... is her team behind her, though? Is her team with her? My team's not with me, so I'm just gonna leave. I could fight her, though. She's at 58k farm. Holy crap, I didn't look at her farm. Okay. Yeah, she's a dangerous girl. I don't know if I'm confident fighting that. She's at 59k. She's almost matched me. Jeez. She's got 10 kills, too. Alright, Boundless Spirit. There we go. And we have 1 item left. We need our flex slot, and that is Lucky Shot. And then we're full build. So, yeah, Boundless Spirit also gives weapon damage, by the way. While we get it, gives us health. We're at 3.8k HP. Without the perma buffs, you know, from the jars, we'd be at about 3.2, 3.3k HP. So that's why we still go down here. And that's why we still clear these creep waves and these jars and these crates, so that, look at that, plus 40 max HP. You gotta love it. Plus 7 max weapon damage. That's basically an item. That's like a 500 item. Right?
Me too.
And it looks like they're trying to get McGinnis, who will split push in here, but I'm just going to push the wave back. And, you know, as soon as we get that final flex slot, we have full build. And, yeah, that's basically... Oh, there's a... Vindicta took Teleporter. No, she didn't. She took Flight. And she rooted me. Anyway, they're all looking up Vindicta's skirt. Does she wear a skirt, or does she have pants? I don't remember. Looks like she killed one of them. Oh no, I'm being focused on by the enemy. Look how fast I just leave, and that's with slows. I can just run away from anything, right? Anything. I have the stamina also to do dodge rolls and other things. But yeah, I can just go push up this lane if I want. Also, blue lane is getting pushed for some reason. And we don't have the money for our flex slots. I could take that. That's free. I'm pretty sure I take this here. Let's take the shrine. There we go. So that's the flex slot. There it is. Just making sure. There is a haze in the base. Oh no. We gotta run back. We gotta run back to the base, and there's no rail because I'm in the pushed lane. So what'll probably happen is they'll force Haze back, and then I'll catch her with my ultimate, and then she's dead. Or they'll just kill her. That works too. Okay, well, I thought Haze would be a little more slippery than that, but did Infernus might have ulted her. That's probably why she didn't get away. Perma buffs. I'm fishing for perma buffs. I can go get mid boss again for whatever reason. They did earn? Really? I didn't even notice. Oh, jam. I'm asleep at the wheel. Alright. Clear the jungles. Clear them. There is a McGinnis pushing green here. Setting up a turret.
Time for applied science.
Oh, are you escaping? You know I can stun you if I hit you, right? Let's see if she re-rails.
Matter transfer.
Is she trying? Okay, she definitely got the... She escapes through the wall. I didn't get close enough before I started shooting. I also didn't use my 3 to sprint shoot. Is she not leaving?
Teleporting.
I want to charge this up. There we go. Oh, she got cubed. That's fine. I'll just kill Viscous. I'm just gonna ult here, and there's nothing. I ulted absolutely nothing there. We're gonna go ahead and pop her up once again. I missed. And I have Frenzy. I'm okay. I just gotta land those headshots. There we go. Nice brawl. Her name is a sad health potion. And again, I have so much stamina that she slept me here. I'm rejuvenating. Oh, jeez. Here, let's turn around. And again, she didn't have the... she still didn't have the damage to chase me. I want my final flex item so I can show off just how stupid it is, because it starts to slow the enemy, and it deals bonus... like, it basically turns your attack into a crit, dealing nearly double damage. It's so stupidly broken, but I think, yeah, the enemies are all disconnecting and they're dead, but hey, we can still buy it, you know, full build at 44 minutes, I'll take it, and that is full build, not like Habsy's build or somewhat okay full build. This is full freaking build, and yeah, I think they're doing the patron, but Vendetta comes up in 10 seconds. She might be able to land an insta-kill sniper or something, maybe, probably not. No, it's over. It's literally over, guys. 67k farm in 44 minutes. We have insane mobility. I would have liked to shown you the damage that Lucky Shot gives. Also, well, maybe there is time. Like, there's Vindicta, she's flying. Oh, we're hitting her. Oh, we're hitting her. Again, there we go. I have insane healing, too, thanks to the Life Leech and our heal ability. Most souls, no deaths, lots of kills. I mean, the Infernus who only team fought the whole game got the most kills. But look how behind on farm he is, right? And he only had 15k more damage. Like, come on, man. If I team fight more, I didn't ult in a team fight at all, to be honest. I don't think. I don't remember. But yeah, that's the game. That's the build. Try it out. It's absolutely busted. It's great for solo play because imagine you have a bunch of derpy idiot teammates that don't capitalize when you ult. Well, you can just left click and kill everybody. And if they ult you, you push your 2 button, you push Quantum Entanglement, their ult is negated, their stuns are negated. You have a heal that lets you run full sprint at or away from people. You have this pulse that knocks them up in the air so you can shoot them, dealing more damage as you shoot them. And your ultimate holds them in place and cancels their ults. It's great. It's awesome. Dynamo, definitely a very strong bullet carry. Can absolutely confidently go toe-to-toe with a Haze. Absolutely. That's all I got for you. I read every comment because I have no life, no friends, no family. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. Let me know. Also, click the video on the right side of your screen. And if you do, you're going to get a really cool discount the next time you go out and buy a drink or a food item or something.